I wanted to talk about how things have changed. So many things have changed, even in sports like football. You go play a football game against another team. See, we didn't go to play a football game against another team. We went to destroy them, each individual. We wanted to hurt the trainers. It was kind of a different mindset that we had. It was like we were going into war, into battle, and you didn't want to take any prisoners. It was some of the most...
You said it was like a tribe.
It was like a tribe going into battle. You do your war dance at first, and you see how many bodies you can straw out on the ground. And you see how many. You actually count how many people go down. You want to hurt their best players. You want to injure them. When my son finished playing football, I was so happy because I thought that maybe some kind of curse would come back on him to get him hurt up real bad because of the number of players. I've gone into a game where everyone on the whole entire team was cussing only my mom out. And when that happened, the guy, my offensive tackle said, "Perk, they got it in bad for you, man." And I said, "I got it in bad for them too." And so it was Morgan State. We was playing in the stadium down at Jackson State. Playing in the stadium right here in Jackson. And I remember when they called the first play of the game, and we didn't have a set regimen of plays that we were going to call. They sent us to play the call. We had a variety of plays we could call, depending on their personnel, a lot of stuff. So he brought in the play, and they was cussing me out, and I was listening to them cuss me out. And I was like, where did all of this come from? Then I thought back to the week before in the game I had played the week before. And I said, oh, they saw the film when I was whooping them other niggas' ass. I shouldn't have said the N-word, but, I mean, anybody they put out there, you stack them up. I mean, I was stacking them up. And so I really realized, I said, wow, they saw the film when I was whooping those other guys. And so...
You didn't send them the film, did you?
we always have to trade film. We watch their film, they watch ours. And so when by the time Lester Walls clapped to go out of the huddle, the center goes up first to fix the ball up and set up. Then the whole other lineman come and the quarterback and everybody walk up. So when Lester broke the huddle to go forward, I was so anxious to get them, I broke protocol and ran up with the center. I'm the guard on the right. And I ran past the football. I knew where the football was. I knew what offside was. I ran past the football right into the person who was on the other side of the ball. And I act like I didn't see the ball where it was lined up at. And so I ran into their players, and about 4 players jumped on me and began to beat me up physically. The referee wasn't going to throw a penalty at the beginning of the game. He wasn't going to throw it on me because I'm like the star in my home stadium. And he wasn't going to throw it on them because, oh, this is just a misunderstanding. And plus, I found out they wanted a show to be going on in the stadium. So I ended up, and I got down, I was like, they was beating me up. While they was beating me up, I said, I'm not going to hit none of them back. I told the ref, it ain't no fight. I'm not going to hit none of them back. I'm not hitting, see? And I had my hands up, and I said, so what's your number? 76? I'm going to get you. What's your number? 35? I'm going to get you. Defensive back. What's your number? You look, okay, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to get all of y'all. And I remember I didn't even know what the snap count was, nor did I know what the play was when we got down on the line. And I came off the ball so slow, it was sort of embarrassing for that play. But the next play,
I hear the guy. Noise.
I talked so much noise, I didn't know what play we were going to run. And I didn't know what snap it was, so I couldn't come off fast. They could have said on 2, and I come off on 1. That's a penalty. So I had to wait and react to everyone, but I went and got a guy. Then the next play, though, I was ready when I got to the line. I hit a dude so hard, man, knocked him on his back, and he was on his back. And I held him down, and he was kicking and kicking. He was kicking, trying to get me off of him, and I wasn't holding him or nothing. I was on top of him like a wrestler, laying on him, and he couldn't get up. My hands wasn't holding him. And then another guy came and jumped on me and started punching me and drug me off of him. I said, see, I told y'all, what's your number? 35, I got you now. Now I'm going to get everybody. Watch. And the joker that was punching me, I said, I'm going to get you. And I went all the way down the list, got almost everybody on their team, and I could imagine the next film for the next week. They were scared. When we went down in the Southern, them jokers was so scared, man. That's a whole nother story. And I'm going to tell you why I never had a bad game against Southern, and Southern never beat me. Because when I was in high school, when Walter Payton really did score that touchdown, and he dived in up to his waist, I was at that game. A guy pulled out a pistol from Southern. That Jaguar, they was harassing that animal. He was biting on the cage and yelling loud as he could. And you could just imagine the loudness of a Jaguar right there going around the field.
So they wasn't the mascot?
That was the mascot. Okay. They was speaking Creole, and they was like totally New Orleans. They was not speaking any English. But the only reason I could understand them because my relatives are from New Orleans. So we would get together and practice. So, man, the guy stood up with a pistol. Now, look now. I'm talking about a SWAT game. We got down there. We had tickets. The fire marshal said, nobody is going into. I don't care if God gave you a ticket. You're not getting into this game. There's too many people in here. The stadium holds 40,000. It's about 60,000 in here right now. And so they said, you're not going to get in. See, even the people on the inside of the stadium can't get into the stadium. And so we were like, dang, we came all the way from Mendenhall. And so, man, by the time when we got away from the line, we saw people jumping the fence. And so I was like, man, these girls with us, we gonna jump the fence. And then they was like, we gonna jump the fence. So we all jumped the fence, man. And we went in to the stadium. We didn't know whose seats we were in, but we was in the end zone seats. And Arthur Phillips had on his number 40 jersey. He had broke his arm, and he had driven to the game rather than playing in the game. So the guy stood up in front of us. He was one row in front of me. He was standing in front of me, and he turned around, not dead in front of me, a little bit off, and said, pulled out a 38, laid it up against his chest, and said, is there anybody in here from Jackson State? I want you to stand up right now, and I'm going to shoot you dead. And I was like, dang, I'm from Jackson State. I'm going to be probably on my brother on the football team right now out in the stadium playing. And so I didn't say nothing. And Arthur Phillips had on his jersey from the week before, and he pulled it off and said, go Southern. Go Southern. And then I was like, he older than me, so he chickened out. I'm cool. And so I'm in high school. He in college. And so he said, if I hear one peep, one cheer, one yay, one boo from anybody from Jackson State and it's out of line with what Southern is doing, I'm going to shoot you dead. And everybody was like, he'll do it. He done it before right up in here. You remember that joker that they shot? They probably was lying, but it scared the crap out of us, man. They bullied us that whole game, man. And when Peyton died in that end zone, we were so glad because we had got down to the one finally, and they was cheating so bad, and we got down to the one, and Peyton died in that end zone. We were so happy. And Peyton, that was my first time seeing him lose his cool. He threw his helmet all the way back toward the sideline, and he just said, that ain't right. I dived into and the referee said, no, first down, Southern, and we lost that game. And I had players on both teams, too, from Mendenhall. The player from Mendenhall put a whooping on Brazil that night. I said, how was you whooping him so bad? Because I was watching him, see. And Hulon said, I just I was holding him. And so Southern beat us that night. After the way Southern terrorized me that night, I had withdrawals. I was scared of them. And I said to myself, when I got strong enough and big enough, when I was in college, I said, I'm going to get these son of a guns back. And I'm going to tell you about when I got them jokers back. It wasn't right. And they used to me saying it was right, but they shouldn't have done me like they just did me in this game that down here in Southern. They beat Walter Payton down there. So these some old stories, man. That story was from going to the game. I remember them shooting off the cannon, and I mean, people was crazy. They were making cheers like this: kill, kill, blood make the grass grow, kill, kill. Imagine the whole stadium. They sold the seats for the band. The band had to stand up. Before that, they had to stand up. There wasn't no seats for the band. There wasn't no seats for the it was all Southern people in the whole stadium. It was a very few Jackson State fans, and they was intimidated. But after that, boy, they were saying, kill, kill, blood make the grass grow. Kill, kill, blood make the grass grow. Kill.
That's not politically correct these days.
And then, I remember when they was playing against Valley State, they were saying, go back, go back. Go back into the woods. Your team ain't got no spirit and your coaching's no good. And if you didn't come to play, take your dead asses home. Go back, go back, go back into the woods. Your team ain't got no spirit and your coaching's no good. And if you didn't come to play, take your dead asses home. Go back, go back, go back into the woods. They kept on saying that over and over. And then until somebody got hurt. And when somebody got hurt, they said, kill, kill, blood make and the Joker still laying on the ground when they was chanting that. I mean, Southern was so awesome, man. It was so good to play against them. And I'm going to have to tell you about that game at a later date.
Take this hammer and carry to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Take this hammer and carry to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Just tell him I'm gone. I'm sure he's gone.
Special place, ain't it?
Well, yeah, but really, when I get to talking to him, I said, really, everybody came off the river road.
That's right.
Off the river road.
Yep. This is the hammer that killed John Henry, but it won't kill me. But it won't kill me. Ain't gonna kill me.